Okay, here we have an inequality that has fractions in it. So step 1, we're going to move everything over to the left side. So subtract x squared from both sides. Step 2, we're going to get a common denominator and then subtract these two fractions together to get a single fraction. Okay, now we should factor before we leave this step, but let's go ahead to step 3 and 4. Set each of the factors on top equal to 0 and the factors on the bottom equal to 0. Well, 1 minus x cubed is equal to 0, union together with x equals 0. Just solve 1 minus x cubed equals 0 for x, and you'll get x equals 1. You do that by moving the 1 to the other side, and or the x cubed to the other side, then taking the cube root of both sides. And then the other one we union together with x equals 0, which is already solved. So here are our two real numbers that we're going to use in step 5 to partition our number line. The smaller one 0, then the number 1. Now we'll take each of our values on the top and bottom of the fraction and see what the sign is. The top of the fraction gives us a positive for the first region, and the bottom gives us a negative. And a positive divided by a negative gives us a negative for the entire fraction. For the second region, we get a positive over a positive for x values in the middle to give us a positive product. And then we get a negative over a positive, giving us a negative result for the entire fraction in the last region. Okay, step 7. We are going to go back to step 2, which is 1 minus x cubed in parentheses over x. And we saw back there in step 2 that that is greater than 0. Now, to be greater than 0 means you're negative. So we're only going to shade the regions that have a negative result for the entire fraction. That happens on the a positive result. Hello. We have a positive, greater than 0 positive. So we're only interested in the middle region. Step 8, the original inequality sign had no equal portion. So exclude the endpoint with round brackets around 0 and 1. And then our solution will be set notation, all real numbers x, such as 0 is less than x is less than 1, or interval notation, open interval 0 to 1 open, or graph notation, number line 0 and 1 with an open on each end and shaded in the middle.